Hello, welcome to GetCalmer. My name is Rebecca, and in this Well Woman Yoga class today I'll be focusing on perimenopause. So this is something that's very close to my heart because I'm well and truly in it. So these poses are tried and tested. So I hope you'll join me. So what you'll need for the class today is a block or something similar, like a book, hardback book, a blanket and a chair. So let's come onto our back. So sliding down nice and slow, all the way onto your back. Have your legs bent. And your aim here is to find a neutral position for your pelvis. So you might want to take the feet further away from the body, and you're aiming to have your pelvis level, so the tailbone isn't lifting too high or too low. So this might take a while to find that position. So my feet need to be a little further away and have them hip width distance apart. Lift up all 10 toes and place the toes on the floor and start to root down, especially through your big toe. And then I'd like you to rub the palms. Make lots of heat in the heels, palms of your hands. And then place them on the pelvis. Have the neck in line with your spine. And I'll invite you to close your eyes. Feeling the ground beneath your feet. Again, grounding down through four corners of feet, pelvis neutral. And the reason why we want that pelvis in the neutral position is so that the blood flow can flow freely around the pelvic area to keep it nourished and healthy. So feel the gentle weight of your hands on your pelvis. I'd like you to shake out your jaw while we're here. Maybe roll the lower jaw around a little bit, releasing any tension in the jaw, which can become quite tight when we have any pelvic pain or discomfort. And then do the same with the tongue. Press the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Press, press, press. And then give it a good shake. Give it a good wobble. And allow it to rest in your lower palate. Jaw relaxed, teeth slightly parted. And then here, take a deep breath in, fill the lungs. And take a long sigh out through the mouth. Feel the shoulders relaxing. 2 more, breathing in. And breathe out. Soft sigh. Last time, breathing in fully. And then control the exhalation a little bit more as you breathe out, feeling that rush of air from the back of the tongue. A soft sigh. Then either breathing in and out through the nose or out through the mouth. Just observing the breath, observing your body as it is right this moment. How do you feel physically? Any symptoms that seem to be coming up a little bit more often? Whether that's lower back pain that you might be experiencing or insomnia. Just notice how you feel energy-wise. Energy levels can fluctuate all the time during perimenopause. So notice how you feel and match your practice to your energy levels. How do you feel mentally? Is your mind full? Or can you find that little space in between each thought? And start to focus on that stillness in between each thought. Checking in with emotions, As you know, emotions can run high during perimenopause, so just acknowledge how you feel, validate how you feel, and accept how you feel. Taking a deep breath in. Any thoughts, negative feelings, tension, just breathe it out. Let it go. And once more like this, breathing in. Accept everything about your body, your mind, your emotions. And then let it go with the breath. Release it. So let's start to bring some slow movement into the pelvis. You can keep the hands on the pelvis, but start to make little circles with the pelvis. And if you are experiencing any lower back discomfort, this can be really soothing for your lower back. A little massage to the sacrum, going one way and then the other. And then coming back to the center, and let's do some pelvic pulses. Again, just bringing more blood flow, energy to the pelvis. So start to roll the pelvis down and feel the back arch, lifting the chest. This will be your inhale. And then as you exhale, tip the pelvis up without bringing the lower back off the floor, and the back is flat. So inhale, roll the pelvis down, arch the back. Exhale, gently press into the feet, back flat, pelvis tilts up. So do this for a few rounds of breath, inhaling, arching, exhaling, tipping the pelvis up. One more like this, inhale and exhale. So we'll continue, but we'll add on some pelvic floor work. So inhale, arch the back, pelvic floor relaxed. Exhale, tip the pelvis up, lift your pelvic floor. So that's front, middle, back. And release, arch the back, inhale. Exhale, wake up that pelvic floor, lift the pelvic floor, front, middle, back. And releasing. And you might find that your transverse abdominal muscles start to contract as well, so even better, getting the abdominal muscles working. So inhale, arch, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, tip up, pull up, navel down, relax that jaw. Inhale, tip back, and exhale, lift up the pelvic floor, and then release. Just do some more pelvic circles just to release any tension that may have built up there. So with Well Woman Yoga, it is therapy and it is slow. So if you're a person that likes to rush around, this might be quite difficult to do things slowly, but with practice and patience, the body will slow down and you'll really see the benefits. So now let's start to take the knees, or thighs rather, into your chest. Take the hands onto your shins and gently bring the thighs towards the abdomen and chest. So inhale, thighs slightly away. Exhale and pull down. And this can give a good stretch to the lower back. Good one to do in the morning, actually. Inhale, thighs away. Exhale, pulling in. And your thighs might meet the abdomen. And that's good. If it doesn't, don't worry. Exhale. This is also called the wind relieving movement. So if you're suffering from that perimenopausal bloat, that bloated feeling which being so uncomfortable, where your clothes feel really tight, this is so good. So last time, exhale, hug in. And then take the feet to the outer edges of your mat. And you can have the hands resting lightly on the pelvis. And we'll just imagine that the thighs are like windscreen wipers. So we're bringing in some twists now. So lower your knees down to the right, keeping the feet as wide as your mat. Inhale, come up, and exhale to the left. So go with the breath, inhale up, exhale down. And you'll notice that the hands can start to slide across the front of the pelvis. So this is actually quite nurturing, a little massage here as the knees go from side to side. So twists, again, very beneficial, great for soothing the nervous system. So one more on each side. And then last time. And then come up to the center. Bring the feet back. Let's take one arm beside the ear, roll onto your side, and you're coming up very slowly. Head is heavy. Use your hands to walk the body up. And we're going to come up into all fours. So spread out your fingers nice and wide. Really push into the index finger knuckles. Tuck your toes and just walk the knees slightly further behind your hips to give the lower back some space. So from here, as you press into the tops of your feet, let's start to make some big U shapes with the lower back, just swaying from side to side. So notice if the knees are comfortable. You can always take a blanket underneath your knees for extra comfort here. But this starts to create space in the lower back, but also tones the undercarriage of your pelvic floor. Now start to make those U shapes slightly smaller. Keep that breath moving until you can come almost bring the body to the center, and it's just your hips and tailbone that are moving in these U shapes. Keep breathing, jaw relaxed. So micro movements are even better than these big movements because they start to work the muscles a lot deeper and also start to strengthen and tone the ligaments around your pelvis. Are you breathing? Can you get really small? That's it. And then just make big circles with the lower back. So if the lower back feels a bit twingy, then just go really carefully. Never do anything that's going to harm your body or make it feel worse. That's really important in yoga and in life. And then go the other way, nice big circles. And then I'd like you to get a little bit creative here on all fours. Make sure the hands, wrists are comfortable. If not, you can come down onto forearms. Otherwise, just maybe sway the hips from side to side. Soften the elbows. Or maybe you want to round and roll your body. And as you round and roll the body, you can get into the sides of the waist. So as long as it doesn't feel painful, you can really get creative. And that's the lovely thing about Well Woman Yoga. It's making poses your own. So maybe sway the hips, getting really sensual. Sway the hips, snaking them around. All the while bringing that energy around your pelvic area. Good, and then coming up. So stack your hands now, one on top of the other, and I'd like you to bring your forehead to your hands. So the head now is lower than your hips. And with every move where the head is lower than the hips, there's extra blood flow coming towards your brain. And in the brain lies the pituitary, hypothalamus glands, which govern the endocrine system. Breathe deeply here. And this will start to soothe the hormones. So remember, head lower than hips. 2 more breaths like this. You can close your eyes. Jaw relaxed, tongue, lips relaxed. And then when you're ready, lift your head. Breathing in, press into the hands. Coming back momentarily onto all fours, I'd like you to bring the knees together and just sit to one side. We're coming down onto our stomachs. So I'd like you to get your blanket and have it horizontal on your mat. And you're going to place your pelvis onto your blanket. So sliding down from here onto your stomach. And straighten your feet so the toenails are on the floor. So the toes aren't tucked, feet are straight. And coming into Sphinx pose, elbows underneath shoulders, forearms parallel. And just sway the hips from here. And again, this gives a wonderful massage to the lower abdomen, lower intestines, but also to your pelvis and reproductive area. Then bring the hips back into the center. Start to lift your left leg just a couple of inches and lengthen it from hip to toe. And place it down. Do the same on the right side. Lift up right leg, stretch and lower. Now, we're going to be doing some back bends. So quite often the buttocks work extra hard, but we don't want to over grip the buttocks. So in order to find that happy medium, let's squeeze both buttocks together. Squeeze as if you're cracking a walnut. I don't recommend that, by the way. And then exhale and release. Just the left buttock now, squeeze it and release. Just the right, squeeze and release. And pay attention to which buttock feels stronger. I know my right side is much stronger. And release. Right side, squeeze and release. Pressing down into the elbows. Feel the crown of the head lift. Press now into the tops of your feet and feel the belly, the chest, draw forwards. Just giving that gentle stretch. Maybe turning the head from right, center and left. Keeping the jaw relaxed. Bring the head to the center. I'd like you to put hands one on top of the other. Forehead comes to the hands. I'm not going to place my head on my hands just in case that interferes with the mic. But place your forehead on your hands. Relax your buttocks. And start to really press into your toenails, so much so you can lift your knees off the floor. Just the knees, not the feet. And then on your next inhalation, I want you to press gently into your hands, raise your head and your chest off the floor. Now, lengthen the back of the neck, not the throat. So lengthen back of head and exhale, forehead to hands. And again, like this, press into the feet, lift the knees. Inhale, lift the head, chest. Notice if your buttocks are clenching, just soften them a little bit and come down. So strengthening the back, but also massaging the pelvic area. This time we're going to bring our hands off the mat. So forehead onto the hands. And then come up, lift the hands, lift the head, chest. Slightly stronger or a lot stronger. And bring your hands forehead down. One more like this if you can. Feet, knees. Then lift up, inhale. Stay here for a whole breath as you exhale. Inhale. And exhale all the way down. And then turn your head to one side. Take a breath. Sway the hips. Relax the feet. And then take the head to the other side. Take a breath. And then lift the head. Slide the hands beside your chest. push yourself up to all fours with toes tucked. And then bring your bottom as close to the heels as you can. Coming into a nice stretch here, and you can bring your forehead to the floor or hover the forehead. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Good. And we're going to bring ourselves back onto our back, and you can remove your blanket, and again sliding on down onto your back. So after back bends, it's really good. A counter pose are some twists. So let's start to do some twists. So lengthen your left leg along the floor. Hug your right thigh into your chest. Left hand comes to right knee. You can bring your right hand to the floor or take it up beside your ear. Play around with that. And then exhale, take that knee across the body to the left. That is your exhale. And then you're coming back onto your back. Inhale and swapping legs. Right hand, left knee. Exhale into your twist. Swapping, good for coordination as well. Opposite hand to knee. Exhale and twist. So instead of going into that fullest, deepest twist you can possibly do, as you move with this twist will evolve. And you're really paying attention to your body, especially your lower back, never pushing or forcing the body into a pose. But it will get deeper with time, and so go with the breath. Exhale, twist. And I don't know whether you've noticed in perimenopause, but constipation can be an issue. So twist can really help to stimulate the lower intestines to help counteract that. So one more on each side. It feels good, doesn't it? Exhale. Inhale. And exhale into that twist. And then coming back into that active rest position. Bend the legs, find that neutral position for your pelvis. And just take a resting breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let out that sigh, relax the shoulders. So next pose, you'll need your block or your book, even a couple of cushions underneath the base of the spine. So press down into the feet, lift the hips, place your prop underneath the base of the spine. So make sure you're comfortable here. And again, hands can be on the pelvis or on the floor. I'd like you to start to lift up your left leg and right leg, coming into a supported shoulder stand. So again, remembering that the head now is slightly lower than hips. Flowing blood flow to the brain. Now, one thing to note, obviously with perimenopause you still have a monthly cycle, so if you are on your first 3 days of your monthly cycle, please do away with any props and have your back flat on the floor. Otherwise, let's have 4 breaths here, eyes closed, breathing in and out. 3 more breaths here. Eyes soft, jaw relaxed. 2 more. So if you suffer from insomnia, this is a good one to do before bed. Maybe having your legs up against the wall. Last breath. And then slowly place one foot on the floor and the other. Has to be my favorite pose. And then press down into your feet, raise the hips, take your prop if you have it, and lower the body to the floor. Again, take another breath here. So our last pose, unfortunately, you'll need your chair for this. So I'm going to very handily slide my chair towards me and place my lower legs on the chair. If you've got a sofa, you can use your sofa, your bed, whichever is handy. And keep the hands resting on the pelvis. If you've got a blanket, you can cover your legs, especially your feet, which might get cold. So before we end our practice, we're going to do something called Brahmari, which is also known as humming bee breath, which is really good to make you feel quite sleepy for one, but it can also help to clear the mind and to really balance the emotions. So if the emotions are heightened, just do some humming bee breath. Okay, so get into your comfortable position. Make sure you're warm. And just bring your mind to your breathing first of all. Mind to your breath. Nice, easy, rhythmic breath to begin. Feel the head becoming heavy. And then start to deepen your breath, breathing all the way up to your chest. And breathing all the way out and down. Breathing in, up to chest. All the way out and down. So we'll start with our humming bee breath. So I'll just do it first. So you'll breathe in. Continue, so breathing in. So concentrate on the sound 4 more times. Breathing in, and as you hum, just allow this sound to resonate around that point in between your eyebrows. 2 more. Come back to your natural breath, eyes closed. Pay attention to how you feel after making this sound, this vibration to help cleanse and clear the mind, the body. Then start to make deeper, fuller breaths. Feeling the chest expand, maybe starting to stretch the arms, stretch the feet, roll the hands around, getting into your wrists. Blinking the eyes open. And very slowly bringing your feet to the floor. Rolling to your side. Using your hands to walk the body up. Head is really heavy. Coming into a seated position. that's comfortable. Let's take a deep breath in. Bring the palms together and exhale, hands to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. How do you feel? Do you feel better? I hope so. Please use this practice as and when you need. Please make a comment, a share, just let me know your experiences. So which pose are you going to start with first? Is it going to be humming bee breath? Is it going to be going upside down? I'd love to find out. Om Shanti. Peace.